Surviving the day is hard enough sometimes. And now you want me to think about the week? 7 days of a thing to think about? Like, who do you think I am? Some kind of organized human being? What? Today, that's what we're talking about. We are going to solve the whole week. You are listening to ADHD Big Brother, the podcast for adults struggling with their ADHD, their comorbid depression, their anxiety. Oh, it's just a hoot. I'm your host and your ADHD Big Brother, Russ Jones. I've got ADHD too. I've got depression as well. It's crap-tastic. So let's learn some stuff. Let's laugh at some stuff. Let's make some commitments to do some stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, here's some stuff. Welcome to the podcast. I'm glad you're here, even though I don't even know you. I'm glad you're here. Some of you I do know, but a good many of you I don't. Why is that? It's that I don't have your contact information. So this isn't on me. This is on you. You have my contact information. The ball is in your court. Tell me how you're doing. Fill it out, and then I'm going to spam the bejesus out of you. Cool? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm actually shutting down all my email sequences. So it's going to be less. I'm just going to keep the newsletter, because maybe I have something exciting I want to tell you. But I do not love the email sequences right now. They rub me the wrong way. I think you solopreneurs know what I'm talking about. You know, you got to have a drip sequence. You got to email 18 emails after the people download your free resource. And it's not working for my brain at the moment. So I'm just going to delete them. So moving forward, you want a free resource? You can have it. I'll just give it to you. You're just going to get the email with the thing and then my weekly newsletter. I might just personally send you an email to ask you how the resource is going, but that's just going to come from me because I'm interested. All right. So let's do the mental health report first because it's all we can all kind of see it tying in here. So this is where we talk about our school spaghetti, right? We peel the onion, we share. And because we do that, the world becomes a better place to live. We're not always fine. So maybe there's a place where we can be not fine together. And we can't get support until we put visibility on what needs support. So let's practice the art of visibility. And I'll go first. My name is Russ. I am your ADHD Big Brother. And this past week, I've been swimming upstream, I'd say, against some depression crap. How it feels for me is that I'm really pretty darn good when I'm in the company of others. That usually helps. You would never guess my mood state if we were just hanging out. So what ends up happening for me is that I see the darkness in a lot of things where I would normally see light. And that's my big poetic phrasing for everything just seems shitty. I see it's not like the glass is half empty. It's just the glass is filled with poop. I am stoked, though, that right now, so we chose to read the book No Mud, No Lotus by Thich Nhat Hanh for the ADHD Big Brother Book Club. TLDR, lotuses are beautiful. Mud is stinky and gross. And you can't have a lotus grow without mud. So big metaphor for you can't have your happy without your shitty. Perfect timing for my mood state. The way that mine manifests right now is my shitty, I'd say, is that I'm way more unfocused. I'm way more cynical, way oppositional. Maybe we all saw this coming. Maybe the past couple of weeks, I've been like, I'm so oppositional. But then in my quiet times alone, I've been tending to just sink a bit. And what really helps is venting it, making it visible. I happen to have the world's greatest online community where it's normal to do the venting. I have a space for just checking in. No productivity in that space. Just happens to be like hey, I'm here. This is my life right now. Could be good, could be bad. And voicing it out acts kind of like a vent for me. Takes some of the steam out of it. For me, it's not about reframing. Not in this mood state. I don't have the battery to challenge my temporary shitty outlook. I don't really care to waste my precious little executive function juice that I have on homework. Cognitive reframing is fucking homework, man. And homework that I'm just not going to believe. You ever try to think different when you're depressed? Do you ever try to convince yourself that things aren't awful? for me, my track record just does not reflect success for that. I don't want to fully knock this as a general awesome thing. Like I use CBT type stuff when I have RSD, like that rejection sensitivity. Like when I get really butthurt by something, I find that cognitive reframing is super helpful. It helps me when I'm feeling reactionary and I'm trying to intervene before I react. But for mood state, oh man, I don't know, man. I would so much rather just know that a negative outlook is not the person that I want to be. Therefore, it's my brain being a douchebag, and it's going to spit out whatever, toxic chemicals that make my neurozappies think I'm a loser. Whatever the scientists say is happening, right? The dopacorticremes are lower than they should be, or my serotonics are missing. So rather than the homework, I'm choosing to use my limited juice to do my laundry and to talk to people and get outside of my head. So that's me. That's my mental health. And I honor that we're all on a different journey. So what works for me might make your life worse. I don't know. But this is my mental health report. God damn it. Okay, so that's it. I'm in a depressive episode. I hate that term. It sounds like a fucking TV show. Hey, have you seen season 5 of Russ? It's the depressive episodes. Whatever. This too shall pass. In the meantime, let's just hang out. Let's check in. I just checked in and I feel a little bit better. So you can check in, join the community, send me an email, let out some steam. Okay, so let's just get into it. So we spend a lot of time taking care of tasks, daily tasks, survival stuff like I gottas, right? A whole bunch of I gottas. Oh, I got to send that email. Oh, I got to get the kids somewhere. Oh, I got to make sure I get that groceries today. It's that swirl of things going on right now. And we are now or not now people. So how the hell am I supposed to do a long-term goal then? Going to the gym is never now. Like, are you kidding me? Unless that's your jam, unless you enjoy it. But this whole long-term health thing that requires what feels like an inconsequential decision right now. Make a better eating choice. Make a exercise choice right now. Please, I have other things going on right now. I can do that later. I can just beat myself up about this later because right now I'm handling my I gottas and there's an abundance of them. So what ends up happening is that we're only ever in the moment and dealing with the moment, and that feels normal because that is normal for our type of skull spaghetti. But what doesn't usually feel normal is planning something dumb like a task for a specific time and day. Work on that feedback email for Troy Wednesday at noon. And it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. I'll just do it at some point. That's the red flag statement. Or what if I get it done before that? Okay, cool. But how are you going to protect yourself if you don't? Give yourself the deadline. And I do want to chime in real quick about the whole deadline thing. I am not an advocate for manufactured urgency, not necessarily, but we herald it as our strength. But fake deadlines don't tend to mean anything. And real deadlines tend to give us anxiety. You know, that whole I'm shitting my pants because this is due in an hour. And that anxiety, that's not fun. What works for me, this is what I teach, is it's basically exposure therapy to the discomfort of planning. Pick a few things, schedule them at a specific time, and then practice the art of honoring that time and knowing that the inner feeling is most likely going to be one of discomfort. Because it's a behavior change. When has a behavior change ever been painless and easy and natural feeling? It's a behavior change. Our brain hates us for it. So it's about putting in the reps. Experience that, the planning and the doing. Experience how you feel afterward. Spoiler alert. Typically, people don't regret getting shit done. There's usually a thank God that item got checked off and it's no longer going to haunt my dreams. We're going to suffer one way or the other. It's like suffer now or suffer later. You get to at least choose when. And if we're leaning into our ADHD strengths, the true gift, the miracle that is our ADHD makes us gifted at always choosing now. Does it really surprise you that so many of us struggle with addiction? Interesting, right? How drugs and alcohol and nicotine, they all tend to be wonderful escapes from a shitty right now. The best way through all this, in my opinion, is with other people. You know, in addiction, we've got sponsors, we've got mentors, we have other people that help us to stay accountable. We hire coaches, we hire therapists, we hire trainers. We go to the yoga class because we're not going to follow the video at home. It's better to pay money and show up somewhere. We outsource because it works. Other people works. We started doing a thing at ADHD Big Brother called Plannability Buddies. It's accountability for planning. It's part of our peer accountability situation. I'm teaching people how to plan their week their way, not this is Russ Jones' way. It's my 5-point system. It's just generally how to effectively plan a week. What does that look like? It's just a skill that we suck at naturally, because we're hunters, right? We're not gatherers. The hunters never planned their weeks in the olden days. They rarely, if ever, considered their long-term goals when they were in the cave ooging and ogging about the hunting of the saber-tooth. It's not a natural state. So we practice that at ADHD Big Brother and how to do that with another person. So both people take on the role of coach and client, right? One person listens while the other person talks out their week, and then the coaching style questions are asked. And I give people a template. It's like if they need it. And then they switch. Lisa and Liz in our community, they've been trying this, and they formed a great accountability partnership, and Lisa agreed to come and talk to me about it. So let's talk to Lisa. I say this shit all the time. Let's hear it from somebody else. Can somebody else please help us talk about this? At the time of this recording, Lisa and Liz, they'd met twice. But since then, they've got a weekly cadence going on. And I believe they met like 5 or 6 times now. But here you go. Let's talk to the ADHD member, Lisa, about Plannability Buddies. Pretend somebody doesn't know what the hell we're talking about right now. If someone said, what is Plannability Buddies? What would you say to them?
Let's see. I would say it is getting together with somebody to talk through your plans for the week. So like I would show up with my calendar and with my to-dos, and my Plannability buddy might say, first of all, we'll talk about how our weeks were, what came up, what worked well, what didn't go well. And then we talk about what we want to do this week. And through talking about our to-do list and looking at our calendars, we can see where we can actually schedule things. And actually scheduling things for not just a day, but also a time just makes it more likely that we will do it.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that is very hard for me to do, to put a time on things. Days, yes, but then I end up with a day that's got 47 to-dos on it. I think that I resist it because I realize I can't fit 47 things into one day.
Yeah. Okay. And then how many times have you guys met?
Okay. So we've only met twice so far, and we are still getting to know each other. And it's funny to hear her side of things and how she experiences it, because she talks about being vulnerable. And I guess for sure, we're definitely having to say, well, I'm, or at least I think I'm terrible at this, and I failed at it 47,000 times. And yeah, there's a lot of that, but it's funny how much we have in common and how our struggles are similar. And I think you could probably match with anybody in the community, and you'd have a different set of commonalities, but you would definitely have things in common. And so it turns supportive. I hope that she's feeling supported by me. I certainly feel supported by her. And it's just encouraging. And honestly, it's like you said, she is not telling me what to do. No matter how much I want her to, she won't. She's just there for me to have somebody to talk through things with. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to be replaced by AI anytime soon.
Well, I have a feeling about that, which is that AI is like the next thing of learning. Like we can outsource a lot to AI. We can have our weeks planned by AI. Yeah. AI can absolutely plan your week, but you're still accountable to yourself in that respect. Look at what you and Liz have right now. You both are checking in weekly. So who cares if you don't do the thing this week? If you're just planning with AI, just tell it you didn't do anything. Yeah. But if you have to show up and tell Liz that you didn't do your stuff, that's going to sting a little bit more, I think.
Well, one thing that's always been missing from my planning is the part where you reflect on how did it go.
Yeah.
And that is built into having Plannability buddies, because that's what you're going to talk about first. So it means that if I know that, I'm going to have to take a look at my week. How did it go?
Yeah.
Where did I screw up? Why did I screw up? And one of the things that I realized was I had something on my list. The one thing that was on my list that I didn't do, turns out I didn't want to do it. I had 14 reasons and they were pretty good that I didn't want to do it.
Mhm.
And so I ended up having to talk about that with Liz and coming up with a new thing that would still meet the same what I thought was a need. It's just about going walking with a neighbor, basically. But I hadn't thought it through, and failing at it made me. We were talking about contingency plans, and in most cases, my contingency plan is, well, reschedule it because there's something came up and there was a reason I couldn't do it. So then I put it on the schedule for a different time and then I get it done. And that's what happened the first week that we did our plans, except for that one item. But it just made me think that through more carefully and realize that I didn't get done because it shouldn't get done.
Don't you find that this is a commonality across the board with us ADHD types? Is that, like, first of all, we just do intentions and then we stop there. We're like, I'm gonna try to get these things done this week. And then in the reflection, there's no reflection. There's just like, did you do it or did you not do it? And then the person's like, okay, I'm gonna do it this week. But there's no conversation about, well, what got in the way? What's going to be different this time? How,
Right.
That to me is the conversation to have with another person.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened when we got together. When we get together, that's exactly what happens because we're also watching each other since everything gets put on daily accountability, and or we DM each other and say, here's what I did different times in between. Like if there's something specific that I said I was going to do, like right after we get off this call, I'm going to do this, then I might DM Liz and let her know, especially if it's not already on my daily accountability. So, but also what I really enjoyed doing was looking at her, the way she posts her daily accountability, and she puts a picture of her schedule or a picture of her to-dos for that list, or important things, and seeing how many of them we had talked about and how many of them were getting done. It's also interesting because she makes so many, like you come into it, I guess, thinking, oh, I feel bad because I failed at whatever, or I did this, but I only did it sort of okay and not perfectly. But really, we should be celebrating these things because we did them.
Yeah.
I did one thing that I had scheduled for 11 a.m. I did it at 5 p.m. I did it on that same day, though. And I was aware of what was happening. When I couldn't do it at 11, I knew what I needed to do between then and 5. Otherwise, I wouldn't have paid any attention to it. I would have said, oh, well, I didn't do that. I'll do it sometime.
And it just goes away, right?
And it goes away.
Isn't that amazing? I love that. And you even said something that I think this is something that I get as a coach and that you guys are getting is you get to feel good seeing somebody else succeed because you were a part of that.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my God. That stuff juices me up so much to be like, oh man, you're doing it.
Yeah. It was funny. I was the one that was excited about what she was getting done. Sometimes it's hard to remember it because you're talking about you failed to fold the laundry or something that it's like, what's the big deal about that? But it is a big deal if it comes from a lifetime of failing to fold the fucking laundry. Yeah, right. Big deal. Yeah.
Oh, but who can you share that with? Right? Who do you share that with that's going to get it?
I have somebody. It's my planability.
Your planability.
It's everybody. It's everybody.
I think it's everybody in the community, 100%. Yeah.
It absolutely is.
That is, maybe this is going to be a conversation I'll share on a planability episode because this is we're really hitting like, I should mention planabilities is where I'll give everybody a one-on-one coaching call and plan your week with you. And so it's basically. Yeah. Did that work for you guys when we did that?
For me, you mean when we did the follow-up with you, or when we had, like when you had the individual planning session with me? That was fantastic. Yes.
Okay.
And it was, it helped me understand what you were looking for in terms of, not saying, well, here's how you should do it.
Right.
Just more eliciting responses from the other person that are going to make them think through, if I plan it on this day, what could possibly go wrong? And if that's, a possibility, how should I plan for that ahead?
Yeah.
Plan for that. And then by the end of the hour, although it has taken us a little bit over an hour, but it's because we're having fun talking.
Yeah.
I'm having fun talking. I hope Liz is having fun listening.
That's funny.
Anyway, by the end of it, you've got your schedule And it's not a whole lot. It's not an intimidating, overwhelming number of things. We have each told each other or asked each other to back up, take a look at the list and see if maybe there are too many things on a given day, or is that a good number of things to have for this week? And, just for a little reality check. But by the end of it, there's at least 3 or 4 things that are scheduled for a specific time on a specific day. And it works with our overall schedules. And we also know what obstacles we might come up against and how we might handle those. So it doesn't mean we're going to be perfect.
No, but like, listen, you're literally speaking like a coach, really. Like the way that you're talking. I think that is like at the core of this is talking out our schedules out loud is just so much easier. And so then having some sort of like coaching, I say coaching, I just fucking hate that word, but it's like, it's ways to talk to each other where you're not telling each other how to do it, but you're asking people what's going on. And even you mentioned one thing, which here's a hack for you to take into one of your future sessions or whatever. But it's really, sometimes we have to bite our lips because we'll see somebody say, I'm going to do this. And you're like, oh, do you think you can get all that done this week? Yeah. I got to get it done this week. And so you, not give people the rope to hang themselves, but like who are you to say they can't do it? Right.
Right.
So the idea is to be like, okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
As long as we're keeping things visible and we're going to keep the dialogue going, we will see next week whether that ambitious plan was successful or not. And if it was, holy shit, tell me what worked. And if it wasn't, yeah.
We're not recording our sessions or anything, but we definitely are very aware of what the other one has promised to do. That's awesome. I mean, I write it all down. And I'm sure Liz does.
Why is planning with somebody else better than planning alone?
Oh, because I know that I'll tell myself lies all day long about what I can do, about what I will do. And I mean well. It's not that I don't mean well, but I mean, I can feel at the time that I'm writing stuff down, oh, that's not going to happen, but I still write it down. Why I do that, I don't know. But I won't do that with somebody else because they're going to ask me and I do have to answer them. I've never been that responsible to myself, but.
Is there a difference with doing that with somebody inside our community as opposed to doing that with someone in real life?
I don't think I've ever tried it with somebody in my physical world. Yeah, I don't know what it would be like with somebody that didn't quite get it. Like, because they'd be like, yeah, of course you can do all those things. I mean, I'm always watching people. It feels like probably just my perception, but I feel like I see people all the time who get a million things done every day and they still get 8 hours of sleep. And I don't understand how they do it. We also both have, whoever we are, the both of us in the community have the same goal for our goals may look different from the outside, but the goal is to make the plan and do the plan.
Make the plan, do the plan. Yeah.
Make the plan, do the plan. And so, I feel like people in the real world are making the plan and doing the plan. So why is that a goal?
Yeah.
Like, this is the week you're doing the laundry, big deal. Like, it's a big deal.
I always will go to laundry as the thing because it's universally known and we universally suck at it.
And it never ends.
And it is all the time. It exists in perpetuity.
Yeah, like dishes, terrible.
Oh, the worst. Lisa, this was awesome. This is a great conversation. I love these conversations. This has been super fun for me. I can't wait to have more of these conversations and share more of them. This place is just freaking magical. I also noticed that, when I do that $10 for 10 days deal, that's when people tend to check out the community. And then the statistic is like 60% of the people that check it out are like, oh my God, you're my people. This is the deal. So I think I'm going to open up the 10 for 10, like on the first few days of every month or something like that, just to give you guys a window, makes it clean and easy for me. Lisa was one of those very 10 for 10ers back in February of 2025, back when we did it way back then. Since then, oh my God, I'm looking at her thing right now. She's earned, I think 14 badges, 13 badges. We get badges that we get awarded for, like, going through challenges. 100 days sober, body doubling challenge, workout challenge, hands off the machine challenge, linen legend. I got that one too. It's like for making your bed. Decaffeinated. She's not drinking caffeine anymore. And she started out by like, let's just see what this place is all about. This place is just freaking amazing. All right, guys, there you go. Planability buddies for the win. We are just so much more likely to have success when we loop in others and make our world and our plans visible. This is my belief. And you know what? It's not even something you need to have faith in or a mindset about. You can actually try it and experience what it's like to plan with someone else. And you know what? Screw the scientific studies. You are the data point that matters. So test yourself. You be your own evidence-based study. You're the lab rat. Please treat yourself humanely and see if you can't test this out on yourself. If you can't do this on your own, try the magic of other people. And our doors are always open. It's what we do every day at ADHD Big Brother. Like every possible angle of getting shit done. Even if the shit that you're trying to get done is to take a nap, to have self-care, to do something for yourself, to massage your feet, to practice your polyvagal stuff. If you aren't doing these things on your own because you just can't do them, then, oh my God, I know a place where you can go. And it rhymes with ADHD Schmink's brother. All right. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later.